She lifted her glass before I did. Her laugh, sharp, rehearsed, sliced through the low murmur of expensive voices. "Everyone," she announced, "this is my ex-husband. No degree, no ambition, lives off my money." The crowd erupted, polite chuckles turning into open laughter that felt like shrapnel under my skin. Even her parents smiled before joining in fully when she smirked. I didn't react. Didn't look at her. Didn't blink. I just raised my glass, let the chill of champagne sting my tongue, and said quietly, "Cheers. This will be the last time you ever see me." The laughter died. Faces froze, unsure if I was joking. Some turned to her, waiting for another cue to laugh. But she couldn't. Because she saw it, the flicker in my eyes that told her something had already shifted. The light from the chandelier glinted off my glass as I set it down slowly. Then I walked out through the open doors, into the cold night air, leaving her laughter to echo behind me. They thought I'd been humiliated. I hadn't. That was the beginning. Of silence. Hers and mine. It started 2 months earlier. An unlocked phone. A photo cropped just enough to look innocent. But details never lie. The edge of a hotel mirror, a man's wristwatch I didn't own, a reflection that shouldn't have been there. I didn't ask questions. She was chasing a promotion, meetings, dinners, late nights. The same excuses, polished with corporate charm. When she came home, she'd brush my shoulder absent-mindedly, smile without warmth, and fall asleep mid-sentence. I told myself it was exhaustion. But it wasn't. The quiet between us wasn't tired, it was guilty. Her perfume changed. Her phone stayed face down. Her laughter turned hollow. And I felt it, the slow decay of honesty. She was already gone before she decided to bury me publicly. But I didn't confront her. Not then. Truth doesn't need to be chased. It needs to be built. So I started collecting it, quietly. A restaurant receipt from another city. Hotel bookings that didn't match her official trips. A deleted message that lived on in the cloud. Every night I sat under dim light, listening to her faint laughter from another room, piecing together the story she thought she'd hidden. I even ordered a DNA test, not from suspicion, but from certainty. Certainty whispers. It doesn't shout. I became a ghost in my own home, calm, careful, invisible. When she asked if I was okay, I smiled. When she bragged about her career, I nodded. Her arrogance grew. Guilt becomes contempt when it goes unpunished. She mistook my silence for surrender. But silence, I've learned, is the sharpest weapon. When her promotion came through, I knew what she'd do, celebrate, then humiliate. It was her nature. I let her. Because every act deserves an ending fit for its performance. 3 days before the party, the truth arrived inside a white envelope. A private investigator's report. Photos, bank records, transfers. Her boss, Daniel Reeves, married, older, predictable. Hotels in 3 cities. I read it twice. Once as a husband. Then as a strategist. By the second read, I felt nothing. Only peace shaped like precision. That night she came home late again. I sat at the kitchen table, the report folded neatly in front of me. "Long day?" I asked. She nodded, kissed my cheek absently. "Exhausting," she murmured. I slid the envelope toward her. She frowned, opened it. Her breath hitched. Color drained. Then came the excuses, soft, desperate, rehearsed. I said nothing. When she finally asked, "Where did you get this?" I met her eyes, steady. "You gave it to me." And she had. Every lie, every night away, every look that didn't meet mine, she'd handed me the truth piece by piece. I only assembled it. She cried. I watched. Not out of cruelty, but out of clarity. She wasn't sorry for what she'd done. She was sorry she'd been caught by someone who refused to break. At her promotion party, she glowed in a red dress, confident, radiant, hollow. I stayed in the back, unseen. When she introduced me as her ex-husband, it was meant as a punchline, another notch in her new image. The laughter that followed was her final act. So I gave her mine. "Cheers," I said softly. "This is the last time any of you will see me." They didn't get it. But she did. Her smile froze. Because she knew that I'd already spoken to Daniel's wife. That the report, the photos, the evidence were already circulating through company inboxes. She didn't know the timing, but she felt the ground give way. That's why her laughter cracked first. I walked out, leaving her framed in golden light, surrounded by people whose admiration would turn to pity before dawn. I drove until the city lights faded. Silence finally matched the one I'd carried for months. By morning, 12 missed calls. By noon, none. By evening, she was suspended. He filed for divorce. The empire she built on deceit crumbled quietly. I didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just breathed. Revenge isn't always destruction, it's letting truth do the work for you. As the sun sank over an empty parking lot, I watched the horizon, calm, clean. I thought of her face, frozen between laughter and realization, and whispered to no one, "Cheers." Then I drove away. And didn't look back.